cute was that intro, right? So welcome. It's December 4th, Thursday, my favorite day of the week because I get to hang out with you guys. So thank you for being here. There's a lot that went on this last couple weeks. I sure did miss you. I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I was the least stressed because Thanksgiving is always at my house in the family, and this was our first Thanksgiving without mom, so it was kind of weird. But I wasn't really stressed because, like, my sister-in-law Tina made the most awesome dressing that my mom usually made, so I didn't have to try to do that. I did make 6 pies, and they turned out pretty good. And almost everybody that showed up brought something, so that was really nice. My Jake's girlfriend Madeline likes to invite any stray people that she finds, so we had a few strays, which was fun to have some people there. So that was always interested, and they were two John and his 2 kids that are new friends of my son and Madeline, and the 2 kids are the same age as my 2 grandkids, so they had a blast, and it was very fun. So I hope you had a happy Thanksgiving. And now it's December, so here we are getting ready for Christmas. I'm not decorated yet, but I cleaned off all the surfaces from all of the fall stuff, and the cleaning lady came yesterday, so she's got everything cleaned for me to put all the Christmas stuff up. I hung a few quilts, but now it's time to, this weekend, get the place decorated for Christmas. And last year I was kind of looking around, and in my house it was like Christmas threw up. So I'm going to try to at least remove a third of the stuff that I put up. So who knows where it's going to go, but I promised myself I would kind of, because if you could see, maybe I'll take a picture of it and post it, like the pile of stuff that just got brought upstairs for me to put out is a little insane. So hopefully I can part with some of that stuff. All right. So I just want to jump on a little bit, and I have a lot of stuff to do today, but we're going to tell you who the winners of the quilt show was. So if you have a quilt in the show and maybe you know or don't know if you won yet, you will find that out at the end of our show today. So I'm here today with Jessica. She'll answer any questions we have or you have. Heidi's over there too. And Kaylee is our videographer and did that really nice fun intro that we're going to run all December. All right. Okay. So I got this letter. Do you remember how, like, once a month we talk about new and old shops that we send to? So catch this letter here. Good evening. I think this, well, I'm not going to read that. She's like, I think this is the wrong place for this, but I cannot find any other place to message you. If possible, can someone see that Lisa sees this? It's a small world. I have entered into wool applique. I've been quilting for over 25 years and decided as I'm getting older that I need something different to do. Don't know how much longer I can do the steps. So a friend of mine and myself decided to try wool applique. She found your site and we started watching your videos. We are both doing summer romance. In one of your videos, you were reading a list of your new shops that purchased from you. Vintage Pink and Green in Maryland. Then you said she had a second location in Wiseport, PA. Well, that got my attention. By the way, Wiseport, PA is at least 4 hours from the Maryland store. Did I say Maine? All right, Maryland, yeah. You said the owner's name was Kelly, so this cannot be. I looked up the store online, and sure enough, it was the person I thought. I met Kelly over 25 years ago when she owned the quiltery in Wiseport, Pennsylvania. It was my first quilt retreat and her first sponsored one at the inn at Jim Thorpe, just outside Wiseport. I attended those retreats for 4 years. I contacted the store in Maryland and asked the person answering the phone if Kelly owned the quiltery in PA, and she said yes. Wow, this was nice. Kelly closed the quiltery in the late 1990s and early 2000s due to her son going to college, and then moved to North Carolina to be close to him. I lost track of her until you came along. I emailed her and she remembered me. Some of the people some of the people who know her are going to plan a trip to Maryland store and visit with Kelly. Here is my part of PA. Here in my part of Pennsylvania, we have nothing left. All the quilt shops have closed and Joann's is closed. Most of us are driving almost 2 hours to get to a shop. So sad. Thanks for listening to my story, and I hope you've enjoyed it. Mary Helen. So how cool is that, that she met up with one of her people that she probably hasn't seen for almost 25 years? Isn't that crazy? And then I got another little note from someone, Lucy. It says, Lisa, my sister and I stopped by to shop. They are from Clinton, Illinois, and I am from Brentwood, California. I watch your YouTube programs each week. Keep the fun coming. Lucy, we enjoyed our adventure. So thanks, Lucy, for stopping and leaving me that little note. That was awesome. All right. And I know I can't be here constantly. Like, just texted me yesterday. She's like, hey, someone's here and they said you wanted to. I'm like, yeah, but I'm not there today. And I was like, not in any position to run in and say hi. You know, you have those days where you don't look so good. All right. That was one of them yesterday. All right, so let's do some announcements. Do we have anything, questions going on or anything happening right now in the feed before we go on? Okay. All right, so some announcements. We're getting to some new stuff here. So just for the end of the year, December 17th, we have Rug Hooking Club. If you want to join us for that, hopefully I can go to that one because I love my rug hooking and I don't get to do it enough. And then we have Wool Club also December 17th. All right, so then Heidi is working on all of these things that you see up on the screen, and she's got some of them done, and in no particular order are they, because I got one that
one snuck in because, like you said, it was winter, and I got
she got confused because she saw winter, so she started winter. All right, so there'll be more coming, but we're just going to highlight the ones that she has done. So I have a cabin fever retreat, and there are 2 different ones, and they are Sunday, January 25th through the 31st. And then we have another one in March, which is March 15th through the 21st. So if you're looking for a week-long retreat here at Primitive Gatherings, we have 2 options for you next year. And don't worry about snow. You're going to get here eventually. And, you know, if you get snowed in, hey, I can't think of a better place to get snowed in. So classes from 10 to 4 every day. We do lots of things there. We're going to do some quilts and some pillows and we're going to have a secret instructor for you come in and all kinds of things. So lodging students are $425 if you're lodging with us, $550 if you are just coming for the day. And that includes lunch for you. And if you want, get a hold of the gathering and they will get you signed up for any of these. Now this next retreat is my favorite. This is the works in progress. So this is fun because some of you don't need another project to work on, right? You just need to work on the projects that you do have. So you come, you work on whatever you want. Maybe you're stuck on something and I can help you get over that hump and get on with your project. Or maybe you just need time to just sew, and know, you know, somebody will cook lunch and dinner and all that for us. And this one is kind of reasonable because your lodging students is only $175, and then our daily students is $225. And again, the rate is different because we included lunch in the day students. All right. And then we have quilted coat classes. So these are our most popular. So if you are interested in any of these classes, get on that list right away because these will fill up fast. I promise you. So we have 3 of them to choose from in 26. They are February 27th through February 28th. And that's a Friday, like a weekend. And then we have Friday, March 6th to Saturday, March 7th. And then May 15th and May 16th. Those are our dates. And here's the thing. You can use an antique quilt. You can use one of your quilts. Maybe you have one that's been worn and loved that you made 20, 30 years ago, and you just, it's not maybe make a good coat now. All right. Or if you're looking for an antique quilt, we can either help you find one, or I have had a couple people donate some quilts to me, and I would donate them as well to somebody who's looking for them if you like them. So I had lots of options for you for the quilted coat. But again, I think this is one of our most popular classes because you go home pretty much with a finished coat. And you can't ask for better than that in 2 days. And then here's where the funny one. So this next retreat is called Winter Wonderland, and it is in November of 26 through the 30th through the 6th of December. And then we have session 2, which is another full week. And you can sign up for either one of these, not both, because it's the same project for each one. And it is December 6th through December 12th. So those are our offerings so far today, but there are a lot more that we just got to get the flyers for. Okay.
Can I just say that the first one that you announced, the Cabin Fever, so we do have 2 sessions of that. And in each session, there's only about 7 to 8 spots left. So
Okay.
It is over halfway filled already.
Yeah. So some people knew that we are going to be adding some. So they called the gathering ahead of time, or we called them on a waiting list. So again, just said, 7, 8 spots left in either one of those. So call up your buddy and come by yourself. If you don't have anybody that quilts with you, you come to one of these retreats. You're going to have some friends after you leave this retreat. All right. Then we have Unity. So we didn't do a live last week. So we have 2 winners. So week number 45 is Carol Phi, and you are week 45 winner. And then Ruth Cahill Kowalski, you are week 46 winner. And then look at this stack. So these are all the winners to date, all this stack. So I'm going to put these right in here for you. Okay, Heidi? She's like, don't you lose that on me.
That's right. I'm watching out for everybody.
All right. So what is this stack all about? We are getting down to the end of Unity, and I just want you to know that on January 8th, we are going to pick our grand prize winner for Unity out of these slips here. So anybody who's won a grand prize or who's won a weekly prize, you're going to be in the running for the grand prize. And then Heidi wants to pick a winner from anybody who sent in a postcard. So we're going to reach in, pull out a postcard live, and that is going to be our winner as well. So this winner, you can either have your quilt quilted by us, or we're going to give you a gift card for the store for the Unity Winter. You can send us your quilt and our guys will quilt it. But if you have a quilter and you don't need us to quilt it for us, we're going to give away a gift card for the store for that, probably $200, something like that. All right. So it's not too late to keep posting your Unity on our Facebook group. Okay. So I love seeing all of those. And we're getting ready for our next year's quilt-alongs as well. So don't worry. We'll have tons of things for you to get in trouble with next year. Jess, you look beautiful today, and I love your caramels. Are you on TV today?
I don't think so, but I don't know.
Well, maybe were you on Come and Sold?
No, maybe they saw me downstairs.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
I'm working on your mini quilt, Franny, because my aunt's name is Fran. Thanks for stressing the starching. Couldn't have done it without you. I know you got to do the starching. You really, 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 really do. All right. So I'm going to talk about, let's see, what should I do? I have a bunch of stuff. Okay. So I want to show you this. So I took a class at the library on how to paint watercolor. So this one is pretty much done. I'm not a really good watercolorist, but I think if I did it a little more, I could get with this one. Needs some embellishing. I need to take my pen and doctor it up, but I had to wait for it to dry. So while we did 2, because while one was drying, you worked on another one. All right. So super fun. Winneconne local library here. It was free. And I didn't get in at first. I'm like, can you please put me on the waiting list because I really want to do this. And then the day before they called me and I'm like, you bet I can come. So, and I'm like, how much is it? So I have my money. She's like, it's free. And I'm like, what? So there's about 25 people in there and we had a blast. So thank you, Winneconne Library, for doing some fun stuff for everybody. All right. So then I want to talk about this announcement. So we have Valdani, of course, right? We have lots of Valdani, but we just got notified last month that Valdani starting January 1st is going to go up to $6.99 a ball. So that's a whole dollar. So if you want to stock up, this is a reminder that you can go on our website and purchase them for $5.99 instead of $6.99. So you got a whole month to stock up before our price change. We just didn't want us, all of a sudden all of our threads are $6.99. So if you need a bunch of threads, by all means, go on there and grab some.
So I just wanted to say that Valdani is MSRP, so we don't set the price for this.
Yep.
The 3-stranded floss will not be going up. Those will still remain the $4. And Valdani has said that the reason why they are increasing this is because of the increased tariffs and international shipping costs. The higher manufacturing wages in Europe, which ensures fair compensation and retention for their skilled workers, and also the rising raw material and energy costs. So we thought they were going to raise it last year. They ate a lot of the cost. So that is why there is such a huge increase.
Right. And I love that they gave us plenty of warning, and we're giving you that warning too. So if you're like me and you have our book that has all the little boxes in it and check off what you have, now is the time to go through there and grab some of those before that price goes up. Now, look at the quilt behind me. Isn't it amazing? All right, this is called Log Pile, and this is going to be our weekend quilt for December. Now, don't think that it's a long weekend quilt, right? So you have a regular weekend, and then we have a long weekend. It's super easy. It's strip pieced. It can get done in a long weekend if you want it to be done. So we kind of pushed the boundaries and wanted to give you a really cool quilt for the end the season of our weekend quilt. So the quilt itself is 88 by 99, and you can see it doesn't have a border. So if you are one of those that loves to make or gift huge quilts, add a border, and you're well over huge size for king size beds with the drops. And it's very simple because maybe you already have a tower of our farmhouse flannels that you could use for this, and then 3 yards of cream or white that we used. If you're interested in backing, you need either 9 yards of regular 45 wide or 3 yards of 108, and then 3/4 of a yard for binding. So this pattern will release on the 5th, tomorrow. So that's why we're showing it to you ahead of time. And we really love this quilt. I think it's super amazing. Alicia made it, of course.
It's been sitting around for a year.
It's been sitting around here for a long time. We're just waiting for the right opportunity. And I'm like, hey, that's a long weekend quilt.
We also had to wait for that white to come in. Right. It was a while.
Yeah, exactly. So if you love doing our weekend quilts is a series based on a quilt you can get done in a weekend. Like I said, this one's a little bit more, but still very easy. There's nothing hard about this one at all. Okay. All right. So then otherwise new in the shop, we have the new needle travel book for 2026 available. And this is on our website already, right, Jess? Okay. So if you are a traveler and loves to visit all the little local quilt shops, and do they do other things besides quilt? I'm sure it's like cross stitch and other things as well. And that's why it's needle and not quilt.
Yep. I think it's all fiber arts they have in there.
Good. And we have those here. You can come pick it up or order on our website. And then we have a new size for our kit keepers. So we always had a little issue with the couple of sizes that we had. We got that paper in there. I'll pull that out so you can kind of see it there. So it has our logo on it. This one I believe is like 15 by 15. So we had some kit keepers that the kit wouldn't fit in it, or the kit had too much extra in it. So this is going to help us make that kit fit nicely in that kit keeper. But if you are one that love these zip bags, these are now on our site as well for you to purchase another size. Okay. And then I got a little present from Fat Quarter Shop. Oh, no, they didn't open it. So I got their Jolly box. So let's do a little live opening. Heidi, did you check to see if they have any of these left?
They're sold out of those, and I did check to make sure somebody else did an unboxing before we did, but I don't know for sure if we're supposed to show it.
Okay. All right. So
we're gonna be like Lisa. We're just gonna do it.
Everyone, close your eyes.
Yeah. Well, everyone, yeah, exactly. Close your eyes.
All right. So this is Fat Quarter Shop's box that we're opening. Their Jolly box. You're going to get a coupon for 15% off Christmas gifts and home decor on the inside of this. And then let's see what Kimberly has put in the box. So you get an ornament of like a Christmas cottage. Nice heavy one. Okay. And then let's see what we got. We got an Aurifil thread. We all love thread, right? 2615, one of those good grays. Did I do that too fast?
Yeah.
So it's a nice neutral sewing thread. All right, so now then we have this beautiful Fat Quarter pack called Mistletoe Moments, Mistletoe Moments, Missile and Holly. Okay. And that's a Fat Quarter bundle, and it is from Riley Blake Fabric Company and Beverly McCullough. Sorry if I murdered that name, but I'm very bad at pronouncing names. And then there looks like a big panel, tree skirt panel, and mini stockings. Again, from Riley Blake. Okay, and then you're going to get a pattern for another quilt as well. So that's probably what the Fat Quarter pack is from. So very nice box, very festive. So here's the tree skirt panel. And then there's there's the quilt pattern, and then here's part of the panel as well. And then the thread and the ornament. Nice box. And if we want, we can give this away today. So somebody is going to win this. That's super nice, isn't it? All right. So keep that in mind. You want to do 3 gifts or 4?
We can do 4.
We're very generous.
Yes, of course we're very generous. It's easy to be generous for me when it's your money.
Okay,
Just
I didn't pay for that. All right, so here's the deal. So I think the last time we went live, we were like, all of a sudden Kaylee's like, yay, we got 40,000 subscribers on our YouTube channel. And then when we looked at it again, we had 39,999. So somebody, and I'm like, nope, we can't celebrate if we don't have 40. Nope. So we're going to have a little live the 18th, the 11th on our 40,000 subscribers. So thank you for being one of the, and we're going to double check if we're going to pick 40 winners on the 11th. Okay. So next week, 40 winners. Don't miss out next week. Don't cancel the appointment if you have one. All right. Because we're going to,
if you're not subscribed, subscribe.
yeah. And if you didn't subscribe, make sure you subscribe, because you got to be a subscriber to get the subscribe prize. Okay. I should be like, okay, and then invite a friend to subscribe too, because
Like and subscribe.
like and subscribe. Do all that stuff that I never tell you to do, because I think most of you are liked and subscribed. All right, now look what we got coming up too. So this just landed in the shop. We have Vanessa's wild honey that just landed in the shop. So we will be doing a trunk show, I believe, on this with some of her quilts. So this has landed at Primitive Gatherings. If you were waiting for that, you can go on our website and see what we have for that as well. And then another thing that we have new in the shop is this, what is this called? Is it Minky? Cuddle. Anyways, it's from Shannon Fabric. So Shannon and Moda have partnered, and Moda is now carrying these, and I believe we have 12 different ones in the shop now. This is 45 wide. You can't stop petting it. It is 100% polyester, but it's great for the backs of like small kids quilts or pillow backings without a zipper. No, I put one in with a zipper, but you know, it was kind of weird, but it would work. So just so you know, we have 12 different colors. I picked Jessica picked a beautiful navy there that you can't stop petting. All right. Okay. All right. Now, Jess, do you have the winners for the baskets for me?
They were in the basket.
They were in the basket. Okay. Oh, right here. Nope. All right. Well, let's just do this. I'm going to just show you what's in the basket first, and then Jess can find me those winners. So for our Primitive Christmas event, we did this huge gift basket, and we gave away one for customers that came into the store, and then one for our online people. And I just want to show you what's all in it, what you're going to get. So here is a wool bundle. I'm going to set them down here, Kaylee. All right, and then here's another one. So you got two different nice fat eighth bundles of wool.
The top one is the in-store.
All right. Okay. All right. So I'm going to tell you who the winners are right now. All right. So the in-store winner is Melanie DeBenke. And then our online winner is Michelle Collins. All right. So make sure you get a hold of us. Do you want them just to do Heidi? So put Heidi's email up there. So if your name is Michelle, or what was the other one?
Michelle Collins or Melanie DeBenke.
Yep. All right. You need to contact Heidi to claim your big prize. And here's your prize. So you're both going to get what's in this basket. So 2 wool bundles, then this bundle of red, white, and blue, but they're all lights. So they're creams, big fat quarter stack. You're going to get a pack of all of our notebooks. You're going to get a mug that says Primitive Gatherings. You're going to get some cards to send to people. There's 8 different designs in it. You're going to get a sticker of our barn quilts that are on the outside of our building. Going to get a Christmas tea towel, and this is from Sweet Fire Road.
There's 3 of them in there.
2 of them?
3.
All right. And then you're going to get this cute little thread cutter. So if you're sewing on an airplane, I should have had this when I was just going to Scout. So I'm going to make sure one of these instead of my scissors, because my scissors is like falling down and in between the seats and all that. So this is like a little thread snipper that you can just put like a ring on your finger. So you might want to get one of these too, because these are good little stocking stuffers or gifts. And I remember the guys who sold these. They were so fun. Okay, and then we have a quilt. So one of you have won each one of these quilts. And we're just going to make it a surprise to see who gets which one. They are both basically the same size, and they're made out of my Lakeside flannels. you're going to get one of my 5x15 rulers, which is my favorite ruler besides the 8x24. This is the next one that I love the best and probably use that the most. You're going to get one of these little trinkets that go either on your machine to put your little tool to change your needles or feet, or this can hold your scissors. I like it to hold my scissors on my machine. And it has a sticky back, so that's on there. And then you get one of the new Moda scissors. And then a snowman panel. You all know what he looked like. Okay, so how great was that? Congratulations to our winners. And hopefully they're watching right now and emailing Heidi.
I want to know if you get the basket too.
Nope.
You gotta have it for next year.
Don't get the basket. But it would be cool, right, if we had a bunch of them. All right, everything went back in there, and okay. All right, and then I think we have this to talk about. So how cool is this? So this is a panel that we have a lot of these panels left over from our flannel line, and we just took our current Prairie Gatherings and just made the quilt with the Prairie Gatherings line. Isn't it cool? It looks a little bit more modern than the other one with that little bit of blue in there, because they do blue pumpkins, don't they?
They do now.
Yeah, they do now. So if you want another fall quilt, we have those kits on our website as well.
It's called Autumn on the Farm.
Autumn on the Farm. Did I say pumpkin on the farm?
I don't remember.
Oh, here are the quilts that the winners are going to get. So it's kind of like a recliner quilt or baby quilt, or a quilt for maybe someone who is in the, I don't like calling it old folks home, but in the
Resident.
55 and older
Please.
Residents. All right,
Yeah.
so here's the other one. Because I'm getting too close to those ages.
I'll come visit you.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Okay. All right. So, do I have any questions on anything that we can talk about before I get into the quilt show? I may have to make another. Yes, Germania. Nothing going on? You're awfully quiet today. Are you all worn out? You all worn out? All right. Okay. So tomorrow we have another event. Jess, do you want to talk about it? I'll be Vanna. You talk.
I get to talk.
You get to talk.
All right, so we have St. Nick coming up tomorrow night, my son's favorite time, and I'm sure Owen and Jace's as well. So we have another promotion. Spend $50 or more, and you will get a free PDF of The Naughty List Was Worth It. If you spend $100 or more, you're going to get the free PDF and a kit to make this. And you can make it as a framed piece or as a pillow. There is enough fabric in there for you to make it as a pillow. So that is from today until Sunday at midnight. And stock up on those threads.
Yes, so you're going to get something free. And it ain't hard to get, 20 threads will get you over a kit to use. So make sure you have a number. That's only one thread, all right? So, yeah. Oh, no, 2 threads. Because you got the stitching thread here, and then this is the 5-weight one as well. And of course, what do you do? Oh, we now have an inventory, right? So if I would order sooner than later, so you get what you want.
Yep, the quote unquote sale or the stock up is until the end of the year. And please note, because we are doing inventory, the website will not be available past, what is the last Sunday of the month? The 28th.
28th.
So as of the 28th of December, you won't be able to order online until 2026. And we are not restocking our threads. So what we have in stock is what we have.
Okay, because the new ones that we buy are going to be at the higher rate as well. So,
Correct.
right. Okay. All right. So don't forget about the stock up sale. If you are a wool stitcher. Okay, so let's get on to the winners of our quilt show. So I first want to start off with how wonderful everybody loves this show in the gathering. If you didn't get a chance, we are going to shoot the video on the 16th of December, and it won't be live. Kaylee and I go through every quilt that's in the show. That's 129 pieces that are in the quilt show. And again, I'm going to say this right now. I apologize that every quilt is not shown full out. All right. I wish I could. I wish I had, an armory to put every quilt full out, but we do not. And I know some people had made some comments that they didn't like that their quilt was folded up and on a ladder. So if they want to come next year and help me hang every quilt full out, they're more than welcome. That's all I can say. But we're probably going to limit the number next year to 100, which will make it much easier and everybody will be happier. So we will announce sometime next year about our quilt show for next year, but I can give you a hint. It's going to be red, white, and blue, obviously, right?
That really wasn't a hint.
Because those are the kind of hints I give, right?
You're not me.
Yeah, I'm not mean like Jessica, only show you the back.
And then tell you it's upside down.
That's what makes it fun, right? That's what makes it fun.
I do have one quick thing, a clarification, because there's a couple of people asking. We are not restocking Valdani threads in 2025. In 2026, we will still have Valdani threads and we will restock them then, but I'm not getting another shipment in 2025.
That's what she means, yeah. Okay. All right. Yes. And like I said, I wish I could hang every quilt full out, give it its glory. But Kaylee has shot all the winners for us. So we're going to show you the quilt and we're going to, and it might be a little confusing for me at first because I can't remember. I think she knows which ones were original. And then you're going to be confused because I might have 2 first place winners because I couldn't decide which one was better. All right. So I just gave them both a blue ribbon. That's just how I work, right? It's my show. I can do whatever I want. All right. Okay. Let's start off with the best of show. Aunt Joe's Garden by Lisa Rogers. I know Lisa. I did not know that this was her quilt. And it was quilted by my friend Val. How convenient and perfect for these two. I know that Lisa was a longtime student of Val's who's been teaching in Las Vegas forever. Now, when you see this quilt in person, this is okay here. This shot is okay because, it's probably 20 feet in the air that Kaylee had to shoot it. So it's all hand done. The quilting on it is very appropriate for the design. And when I first opened this quilt, I thought, oh man, that's cool. But then I just couldn't stop thinking about it for some reason. And when I had to pick best of show, to me, this was unique. It was different. I never saw a dark grandmother's flower garden. And just the use of all these different fabrics and the workmanship, both the quilting and the hand piecing was amazing. So this definitely was, to me, the best of show. And just to clarify, if you won one of the big ribbons, like best of show, best long arm, you were like null and void from first, second, and third. So I don't do it like a normal quilt show where we judge the category and then you pick out the best of show. I want more people to get ribbons. So if you won one of the bigger prizes with the ribbon with 3 on it, you all are kind of the same. And then, and then the first place. So you're like the, I don't know, reserve champion or whatever they call that. Elite winner. I can't talk today. All right, so here is Best Long Arm, Geese in the Garden by Kathy Decker of Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. And it is a combination of a couple of patterns that she has put together. but she has won Best Long Arm on this award because it really stood out that this was a winner. And I really love the fact that she did the long arm too. The person who made the quilt also did the long arm as well. So congratulations, Kathy. This quilt was spectacular. And then this one, Dresden Bloom by Lynn Lahr. And that's patterned and quilted by her as well. It was hand quilted, people, hand appliqued. And then see those little white triangles in there? Those are kind of dimensional. So the whole quilt, I never seen this pattern. I don't know if it is a pattern. I don't remember if it was an original or not. Didn't matter because I picked it for best workmanship. Yeah, okay. So this one got best workmanship because for many reasons. The applique was superior, the whole design, the execution of the colors, just amazing. And like I said, all hand quilted.
I love the way that Kathy's was right next to this one. And you could really tell the difference between the hand quilting and machine quilting. This one was really cozy. The other one was just clean and crisp and was really nice.
Yeah. So what's funny is, you know, I didn't really realize how this was going to work out, but a lot of these big quilts landed right next to each other on the same wall. So it was fun to see them all together. All right, next up we have Jean Fisher's Unity Quilt-Along by Joyce Weeks. So this is Joyce's pattern that we ran as a year-long quilt-along. Joyce Weeks is not Joyce Weeks anymore. She's Joyce Dudney, but when she did this, she was Joyce Weeks from Jeff's mom's pattern company, and she is one of my friends. So she let me borrow this quilt because I slept under it for so many times, and I can't stop thinking about it. But I thought it was, you know, Jean quilted her butt off, stitched, quilted, whatever, to get this baby done. And it was done in this really nice medium gray. I think was it a cross weave? I think it was a cross weave. And it just, the colors just popped off of this. And I picked it as one of my choice quilts, okay? Because I knew she had to stitch her butt off to get this done for that October deadline. All right, next up, I have to admit, Miss Debbie Chappell from, she's from Michigan? Is that right? I thought she was from Montana. What number is she? Remember what number's on the quilt? 89. I might be wrong, but I'm usually not very wrong very much. Okay. Because isn't that Debbie and Bob? Aren't they from Montana or something like that? But anyways, all right, we might have got that wrong on the printout, but I have to admit, I'm gonna admit something here. I don't like Sunbonnet Sue. Okay, I do not. I think, you know, okay, but this quilt was so well done and so beautiful with that lattice in there, that friendship star, kind of that among friends pattern that I kind of did. She used that as sashing, and then those prairie points. So again, you know, I had to give it a judge's choice because she got me to like this quilt, and I don't really care for Sunbonnet Sue.
She's on there.
Yeah, where's she from?
She's from Montana.
I told ya. Yeah, okay. So we'll have to fix that in the book. Is it Shepherd, Montana? Did we just
She just told me. She just says Montana
when we typed it? Okay. Congratulations, Debbie, for making me like Sunbonnet Sue, at least your quilt. Okay? We can have likes and dislikes. It's okay. All right. Scrappy Coins from Teresa Scott from Gillette, Wyoming. Oh my gosh. Look at this. I mean, all those circles, I think they were about an inch, and they were appliqued onto these backgrounds. Again, spectacular. This is, to me, the true definition of a scrappy quilt. So congratulations, Teresa. This hangs very beautifully right in the middle of the gathering. I hope you got to see it. If not, look for it on our video because it is spectacular. It kind of didn't quite fit on our hanger, but we kind of tried to squish it evenly. So that's why it's a little bit crinkled at the top, because it's a huge quilt, people. I can't tell you how big this quilt is, but it was massive, massive. I had so many huge quilts.
I wonder how many of those she had to goal herself for a day in order to get it
Yeah,
done.
yeah, we want to know. We want to interview some of these winners. Maybe we can like, hey, I'll talk about my quilt. We could maybe bring them on like on remote if you're brave enough to come on and talk about your quilt. Still crazy. So this is Christine. I'm going to say Mac. I don't know, maybe the K silent. And My Crazy Life. So this is kind of an adaptation of one of my patterns called My Crazy Life. But what she did in this, if you can look closely, or you'll see on our video when we show them up closely, those I think are like little cigar silks from the 20s and 30s, I believe they were from. And then each one of them has like tatting or some sort of really fine crochet around each one of them. So this was very creative in my eye, that she figured out how to use these really cool things from the past. So I was pretty impressed with this as most creative. And then we have the flower garden, and this is a wedding quilt to her daughter. So this is Kathy Meyer's daughter's wedding quilt that she got this year. She got married this summer, quilted by Wendy Fuller, who has quilted a couple of my quilts for me as well. Just outstanding quilter. So this won first place in its category, but it also won the hearts of Viewers' Choice. So I have no control over Viewers' Choice. That's why this one has 2 ribbons on it. So congratulations, Kathy and Sarah. I believe Sarah is her daughter's name, whose quilt this is. And this is like, I don't know, all kinds of fabrics, just all hand needle turned. Beautiful, beautiful quilt. And then we have So Scrappy, which is a quilt from Carol Rice. And I was a little concerned that this one didn't have 75 fabrics in it, but I counted. And it does. So this one, beautifully quilted by zombie quilter Yvonne, and just fabulous. The workmanship on the wool applique was beautiful. The machine quilting, again, fabulous. So hard to pick winners, you guys, just so hard. And then we have another second place. Is this third place? So this is a Dear Jane quilt, and this was so well done as well. I love the muted color palette to it. A lot of the applique on it was done by machine, and again, I'm kind of really picky about machine applique, and this was done very, very well. So congratulations to Annie Bardis from Port St. Lucie, Florida, on her Dear Jane quilt.
Well, this is first place original design.
Okay, first place on the original design. All right, so this is Maria Hansen from New London, Minnesota, and Diamond Take Forever is very appropriate for this quilt. Now, people, this is an adaptation of one of my antique quilts. So she had to draft this pattern. It is much bigger, a little bit. I mean, I think the diamonds are a little bit bigger than I think my antique quilt was. I believe Maria said she was here for a retreat and saw this antique in one of my, either a trunk show or in one of my stacks. And she asked me if she could recreate this. I had no idea that this was that until she told me at the quilt show when she attended. But I want you to know how big this quilt is. This quilt was probably, I don't know, 120 by 120. It's huge. And I believe that it took forever, Maria. I believe it. Beautifully done. And then guess what? Another first place of original. I couldn't pick between the 2 of them. Which one is better? All right. Don't tell me which one's better because remember, judging is a personal preference and you're going to like one over the other, but I couldn't pick. I seriously could not pick between the two of these quilts. And so they both got a first place in the original design. This is Carol Mollers, and she is from Green, Iowa. Okay, now this one, second place in original design. This one was a lot of machine embroidery, just beautifully done. The execution was amazing. And I had several people tell me, oh, I just love that quilt. Oh, I just love that quilt. So Symphony of Fall by Lisa Beeson and Rita Swain from Correctionville, Iowa. And quilted by Lisa, second place, original design. And in the middle of that is this threaded bird, and he was so beautiful on here. So congratulations on this original design. It was beautiful. And then we have Floaters by Matt Cox. Third place, original design. And there's a little secret about this quilt. One just loved how happy this quilt was. And I believe those are, I could be wrong, but 60-degree triangles on that. Is that 60-degree triangle? Maybe Matt's watching. Maybe he can answer that. And then I believe that this would be appliqued onto that border, or it could be pieced. I don't know. I don't remember. But this is hanging in a really beautiful spot at the gathering because I was really pleasantly surprised about the back of it. So wait for the quilt show so you can see what's on the back. I'm going to leave you hanging so you watch the quilt show.
I saw that one from the back first, and then I went to the front, and I was expecting something totally different.
I know.
Like, wait a second, is there something? Oh, no, it is. I just thought it was so cool.
It's like totally two different quilts for one. And what made me peek at the back, because I usually don't when I'm judging, is because of the binding. Because I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. Why is there this kind of binding on this quilt? So then I flip it over, and I was very pleasantly surprised. So we're going to save you what's on the back of Matt's quilt for the quilt show. All right, next up, we're in the mini category. Now, just you remember the size of these hexies? Half-inch maybe?
If it's Joanne and
yes,
Colleen.
This is Stars for Amy.
Yes. It's half-inch.
Half-inch. So a half-inch on the side. So Joanne O'Connell and Colleen actually made this for their friend Amy, who gifted them these Japanese fabrics. Okay, so this was first place in the mini quilt category.
I believe they said it took them 2 or 3 years to do this.
2 or 3 years to make? Yeah, I believe that. So how nice is that? So hey, don't feel guilty about, giving your fabric away. Who knows what you might get in return.
And I just have to say the frame, Amy found an old door.
Oh, okay.
And Scotty ripped it down to make the frame.
Okay, very nice. And then second place is Lori Landry's Victorian Garden Party. So this is a just beautiful quilt. I thought it was so unique. It almost got most creative, but I don't know. For some reason, those cigar things just kind of pushed me over the edge. So just so you know, Lori, I thought this was very creative and very intricate. So I really love this quilt, and congratulations on your second place. And then the third place is this one. And Jack's Chain from Catherine Crowley Peckham. And I believe this was shirts and ties. There's a lot of silk in here. This was gorgeous. Very cool use of the ties, and I just loved it. And it wasn't like super mini. I believe those were maybe like 3/4 inch 9 patches, but it's under the size, and I just thought it was very unique. So that's why I picked this as third. So congratulations, Catherine, on your third place in the mini category.
All right, so now we're going into your first, second, and thirds multiples.
Okay. All right. So then these are going to be above 30 inches, but not an original. So these are all commercial patterns. And trust me, there are probably, is there 4 or 5 different ones for first, second, and third?
You have 2 firsts, 3 seconds, and 2 thirds.
Okay, so I did whatever I wanted again. All right, so this is Dear Jen from Tina Rosenberger. Quilt was beautiful. It's spectacular piece, spectacular quilted, just very happy quilt, and this one a first place in our commercial category. And then second first place, another first place, not second, another first place, Geese in My Garden by Lauren DeVantier. And this was done, all those wool flowers and all that tiny, probably foundation piecing circular quarter arcs. This was done, again, very spectacular. This was hard for me. I wanted to give this, I don't know. So like I said, it's very hard for me to pick what these quilts got, but I really love this quilt.
All right,
Second place. Memory of a Masterpiece. Thank you, Carrie, for doing Memory of a Masterpiece. It's Scrappy, because look at how gorgeous this quilt was. Again, it is a masterpiece of perseverance as much as it is getting this all together and fit. But this is what you can do, people, when you use 1-inch triangle paper to make a quilt like this. So this is a pattern from Primitive Gatherings, and I just love the color. It's gorgeous. Another second place by Colleen Foley, Girls Extended Retreat. Again, it was so hard to pick winners from these, and this one ended up with a second. It could have easily got a first. It could have, but when I got to lay them next to each other and say, okay, 1, 2, and 3, this one ended up with a second. I, again, love this quilt. This one, I said, if it goes missing and you don't get this, Colleen, it means I stole it. Okay. I love it. Beautifully done, beautifully quilted. I love that it's not like you didn't try to do anything fancy. It actually has a little meander on it that's gorgeous and appropriate for this quilt. Another second place, this is Joanne Blank from Appleton, Wisconsin. It's called Garden Party. Again, another one I had to count to make sure there was more than 75 fabrics in it. But this is all Tilda fabrics. It is hand appliqued and beautifully quilted with an overall. It's, just a nice, perfect edge-to-edge pattern on this one. And what I love mostly about this is the color of the background she chose for these Tilda fabrics. It was this beautiful medium gray. So congratulations to Joanne and Sue on their quilt.
This is third.
Now third place. Now this quilt hangs, again, up high and beautiful. When you look at this baby from a distance, I wish this could be entered in next year's quilt show, but sorry, Cheryl. Sorry, you entered in this one. So you got third place here. I just love the variety of the red, white, and blues. There's a lot of tan. There's a lot of different blues, a lot of different reds. And when you stood back from this, it was spectacular. And again, another huge quilt, well over 100 inches, I believe, on this one as well. So another third place. This is Barb from downstairs, Barb Funk from Winneconne, Wisconsin, spinning around. So this quilt, I didn't know it was Barb, so don't think I know whose quilts they are when I get them. So this is called Spinning Around. It is quilted by Sherry Sweeney. And then it has some hand quilting on it as well. Big stitches running down those big open cream centers. There's like different colored hand quilting done to it. And then I like that she just made these little wool circles in the middle of the triangles, and she hand stitched those as well. So there's a lot of different stuff going on in this quilt that made it really unique, that made it memorable and made it stick out that it deserved a ribbon. So congratulations, Barb, on your ribbon. Okay, so those are our winners for the quilt show. So congratulations if you won. But like I said, if you didn't win, doesn't mean your quilt wasn't good. All right. These quilts all are amazing, and there's so many deserving quilts down there. But unfortunately, I can't put ribbons on every quilt. But if I could, I would. But then we'd like run out of prizes and stuff like that. So please, I hope you had some wonderful comments to the makers of these quilts. Okay, what else we got? Any questions or any comments or anything going on before we sign off today? Remember our giveaway tonight or tomorrow for the cool little thing you can make as a gift. The naughty lift is definitely worth it sometimes.
Regular winners, Jolly Box.
Oh, Jolly Box? Okay, so let's do the Jolly Box first. Yvette Hart Sew 3406. You are the winner of the Jolly Box. I'll put that in the box, Heidi, for you.
Great.
So we don't mess that up. And then our weekly winners. And again, anybody whose name I announced, you're going to email Heidi and tell her your physical address so she can ship this to you. How many people don't give you this information? On average.
I think most people at least try to get a hold of us, but a lot of people will email the shop,
Okay.
which is okay, but it's kind of like adding a bunch of steps.
All right. So please, Heidi N at primitivegatherings.us for your prize. Don't make my girls downstairs do extra work or run up the stairs. All right. Sally Treadwell, Nancy Merritt, and Lisa Schobert. You are our week's winner for our December 4th live. So make sure you email Heidi and she will get out your prizes to you. Anybody got anything else in closing today?
Someone asked about when American Gatherings 3 is going to be billed again. So for those that are on the pre-order, that pre-order will bill again for your final payment on the 16th of December. And then we are hoping that the first part of January we'll be able to start getting all of that fabric out. It has not come in yet.
Yeah, we don't have it yet, which is good because I think we're printing our book right now. We're a little behind on that, but we'll get that out ASAP so we don't get in trouble. But all right, so that's all I have for you today. I'm going to go to a Christmas concert tonight at the PAC and watch Henry play his viola in the concert. So thank you for joining me here today at Primitive Gatherings, where every stitch tells a story.